Thanks for joining us at Secular Advocacy TV. Here is the trending updates. Finnish President Stubb urges United Nations to abolish veto power. He stated this while reacting to the ongoing global crisis.
Vision purely on realism, then we'd probably live in anarchy and chaos. If someone would have said post-World War II that the UN is a realistic endeavor, the answer would have been no. If someone would have said that there'll be conciliation between Germany and France in the form of the European Coal and Steel Community and later the European Union, would have said that's not a realistic proposal. If someone would have told you that in 1989 the Berlin Wall will come down and in 1991 the Soviet Union would collapse, that would not have been a realistic proposal. If someone would have told you in 1975 that after the Helsinki Accords look forward to Finnish EU membership in 1995 and then NATO membership in 2023, the answer would have been that's unrealistic. So my argument with UN Security Council reform is that if you want the organization to work, it needs reform. If you want people to feel that the organization has value in world peace, you need agency. And therefore I have made a proposal that the UN Security Council membership should be doubled, which means at least one country from Latin America, 2 from Africa, and 2 additional from Asia. Therefore I have made a proposal that if a UN Security Council member violates the UN Charter, its voting rights should be suspended, and therefore I have made a proposal that veto power in the UN Security Council should be scrapped. Realism or not, this is something that needs to be done, because in my mind, if you have multipolarity, you end up in disorder, chaos and conflict. If you have multilateralism, you end up in cooperation and order.
Joining us now is Obasi Ikechukwu.
All right, Oti, thank you for having me on the show.
Now over to you, Mr. Obasi. What is your take on the Finnish president's call for abolition of veto power in UN?
Well, I feel that he's just being sincere. You know, he's just being sincere to himself. Other world leaders are not just being sincere. I keep saying it that United Nations is not what it seems to represent. United Nations organization is biased. You know, it's not what it seems to represent. That was why Fela Kuti, the king of free thought music, the king of both free thought music and Afro music, said, you know, had this thing to say about United Nations organization. Because United Nations, over time in history, if you read about their antecedent from when there used to be League of Nations, you will realize that they are not really there for peace. They are just there to play politics. Because I wonder why an organization, an international organization that you know, preaches equality, we have a different body that has veto power. That is kind of creating inequality in an international organization that claims to be upholding equality. So I think the Finnish president Stubb has done justice to the matter, because that is what, it's not a new thing. We've been saying this. Most African activists have been stating this categorically, that veto power should be abolished. It's not the first time. United Nations have showcased themselves as a body that is not worthy of being looked upon. You know, they do selective justice. You know, whenever it is Africa, United Nations won't talk. I can imagine United Nations was created when the first civil war in Nigeria took place, but what the United Nations did? Nothing. So it seems that it's just a body of the big five coming together to control other inferior nations under the guise of United Nations. So that is why the League of Nations collapsed. Yes, the League of Nations that was formed in 1919 to, you know, bring about world peace couldn't do that because of this issue that we're also talking about. They couldn't do that. So that was what led to its crash by Adolf Hitler, and the Second World War started. And the incident that led to the crash of League of Nations is still happening again today. You see their position, you know, some countries will be facing hazard, United Nations will not do anything. Look at they have issued a warning. The United Nations Working Group have issued a warning for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, and he hasn't been released, and they are not saying anything about it. You know, they have turned themselves into toothless bulldogs, because most of the countries that have this said veto power that owns this United, because I call United Nations a business organization of the 5 world powers. So the 5 world powers that maybe majority of among the 5 world powers, majority of them have interest in Nigeria, have interest in. That is why injustice may be melted out without they're doing anything about it, because they are under the control of the big 5. So that is why I support the call. I support the call by the Finnish president for the abolition of the veto power. It will really have a long way to go. Yes. So that's my take.